First impressions are everything. And one of the first things that you see when you pull up to a new residential home that's for sale is that home's landscaping. Whether it be a small front lawn that isn't more than 10 feet by 10 feet, or a huge front lawn that requires one of those lawnmowers you have to sit down and drive around in a little bit. The reality is that a trimmed front lawn versus an untrimmed front lawn makes a significant difference when we talk about making that first impression for people that want to drive up and view a home right off the bat. Let's compare and contrast this. In this first picture that you'll see, you're going to see an untrimmed front lawn. Now, what you should be looking for are words that you use to describe this lawn. Terms like cluttered, disorganized, unkept, maybe even bad and awful are ones that you probably think of. Again, an unkept front lawn can kind of be considered the equivalent to being badly dressed. If you walk up to somebody who has very ruffled or wrinkled clothes, or are slovenly dressed, or don't really care about their hairstyle, or maybe don't really have that much thought of like matching up their clothes, the result is that you don't really have a strong impression of that person. Well, the reality is it's the same thing when it comes to your exterior landscape. That first lawn, the one that's not really that well kept up, gives the impression the owner just doesn't care. And that kind of sets the tone for the entire tour of the house. The idea is that, oh, if the lawn's like this, what about the rest of the house? Now let's take a look at another example. In this one, words you might use to describe this are ordered, clean, very clear as far as you're able to see everything really well, good, pleasant, nice. Again, when a buyer drives up to a property to view it for the first time, if they see a very well-trimmed front lawn, they're more likely to think that the rest of the house is going to have the same consistent type of overall level of organization and cleanliness. So trimming a home or trimming up the landscaping of one home doesn't have to cost you anything, maybe just a few hours of your time depending on how large your front yard is, but the overall end result can be critical when we talk about raising the value of your home when it goes on the market.